Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crazy Dreamer Network. My name is AJ and let's hop right into today's reading. So today's reading is a pick a card on how can you live a more magical life. How can you live a more magical life? We have four piles. Pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, and pile number four. We have pile number one, card 34 with strength. We have pile number two, card number 21 with sensuality. Pile number three, card number 19 with inspiration. And card number four, and pile number four, card number 22, safe travel. Okay? So pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, and pile number four. I love you all so much, my dreamy dreamers, and I'll see you in our readings. Bye. Hey, pile number ones, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose card number 34, strength, and the spell is strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. And it's interesting that this ends with empower, and at the at the bottom of the deck we have the emperor, which I think is just totally cool and it's just funny. It's come on, like this never gets old. So in regards to how you can live a more magical life, pile number one is through strength and endurance and asking God, spirit, source, energy for the strength, the stamina, the perseverance to keep moving forward on your path, right? On your journey, on your fool's journey, your soul's journey, your archetypal self, whatever you want to call it, right? The hero's journey. It's to move forward and to continue to press on with diligence in what it is that you say you want out of life, right? That's how you that's how you can lead a magical life, by never forsaking yourself, never going against yourself in relation to what it is that you tell yourself that you want, or more so feel in your heart that you want, right? The things that we want to experience in this lifetime. So we have card number 34, 3 and 4 added together, that's 7. So numerologically speaking, God, spirit, source, energy is with you. The heavens are with you, quote unquote, endowing you with power and strength at this time. And you can call upon your angels, ancestors, and guides, your higher self, God, spirit, source, energy, to, give you this strength, right? To help you with this, okay? With whatever your mission is, because as you can see here, this is a warrior. So I do want to read a little bit out of the spell card guidebook, because the last reading we did, the cards chose you all because they were face down, and now you're choosing this card. So I want to read that. Okay. It says, so if you have chosen this spell, you may be fearful about how you can be strong and true when circumstances are testing you so deeply. With the help of this magical strength spell, the universe will help you to demonstrate enormous strength, physical strength, spiritual strength, and the kind of strength that supports our integrity and our true self. This spell will assist you to remain true to your own self in trying times. Being your own true self is perhaps the strongest, most magical energy of them all. I agree. So basically, you're reaching how you'll start to live a more magical life is through embodying your true authenticity, whatever that means to you. Even if that is a road of discovering that authenticity, because sometimes we can forget about it, or sometimes it has to be renewed, or sometimes we have to remake ourselves over again to find out who we really are, who we are in this stage of our lives, right? So it says the strength spell. I'm just gonna read them. I know they're long, but if you tell me in the comments, because please forgive me for the last video. I'm gonna still put those spells in the description, but I didn't want to ruin it for everyone, so I kind of got reluctant, and then I forgot to put them in the video. But tell me in the in the comments whether you all want me to, you don't mind the lengthy readings, or you don't mind me reading, from the guidebook and just having the spell out, or how would you all want me to broadcast the spell in this deck. So I'm just going to read it now, but you all tell me in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback, because I get a little confused and a little overwhelmed, y'all. So I love you guys and thank you for your patience. But again, so it says strength spell. This spell is wonderful to cast during a new or young moon, and it is a young moon right now. It says you will need a small piece of red fabric and some blue thread, as well as a little nettle, an acorn or oak twig, dandelion or rosemary, several cloves, and a star anise. Visualize a circle of blue fire burning bright and strong, dancing with the power and energy all about you. As you place your ingredients in the center of your red fabric, chant, "In my body, soul, and mind, into these sacred three, I wind strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower, and by the power of 3 by 3, as I do, so mote it be." So to me, I feel like our power lies within us, right? We could totally say chants, we can totally do rituals, but it's almost like the imagery associated with the verbiage, like the verbalization of this, that we will then cast the belief that this is going to work. But I feel like, to me, in my opinion, us just believing the fact that it's going to work is the spell, right? So you all use your own discretion. If you want to do all of this, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. I feel like it's enough just to say this chant here: strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. It rhymes. It's something you could repeat over and over to yourself, and repetition is what alters the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is what dictates our beliefs, right? And our beliefs are pretty much how we live our lives, how it's embodied in this 3D reality. So that's my suggestion. I don't think you all have to do all of this. You all can take from it what you need and then leave the rest, because this is a lot. But yeah, it says tie up your pouch with the thread and feel yourself growing stronger and stronger in body, mind, and spirit. When you have finished your pouch, pop it under your pillow, or you may wish to carry it with you for the next few days. Return to your sacred space and see your circle of blue fire burn brightly, then shimmer and be absorbed back into the universal energy, taking this spell's power out into the immense power of the universe to bring you strength. Blessed be. So if you all want to do that whole thing, you can, but to be honest, I just feel like even saying this: strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower, is enough. So, but yeah, so again, let's proceed. We have at the bottom of the deck the Emperor. Okay, so exactly how you're going to start to live a more magical life is through self-autonomy, taking self-accountability, ruling your own universe, right? Becoming the master of your own the master of your own life, the master of your own ship, okay? The Emperor is very self-governed and self-regulates, and it doesn't really need anything outside of itself to rule, to feel powerful, right? Again, how you'll lead a more powerful life, a more magical life is through feeling powerful, right? All encompassing, like, you run your day-to-day, you run your life, you govern your life, you self-govern, you self-regulate, things of that nature. But in totality, it's through embodying your own power, right? Which in essence is your own strength. Okay, so let's continue to list out your cards. We have 8 of Pentacles with prudence, King of Cups, the 9 of Cups with happiness, the Magician, the Aeon Judgment. We have the Justice card, 8 of Cups with indolence, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the 2 of Swords with peace. I love this spread. It's magical in and of itself, right? So in the center of the reading, we have 9 of Cups with happiness and the Ace of Wands. How you'll start to live a more magical life, pile number 1, is through, like, your own happiness and feeling content in the moment, and not only feeling content but fueling that contentment with the passions that lie within you, right? With the passions and the inspiration and the vigor that lies within you. I feel like your inspirations lead you to happiness, and maybe even sometimes, pile number ones, when you lose that spark, when that fire goes out, it really, and it happens to all of us sometimes when we become unconscious at the wheel of life, right? I always like to say, you know, our bodies are like vehicles, right, in the 3D, and we're just driving. And like, if we fall asleep at the wheel, all H breaks loose, right? All hell breaks loose. And we just like, we have to reawaken every single time, you know? We have to be confronted with our mortality every single night that we go to sleep, and triumph over it every single day that we wake up, by being completely and utterly grateful for us even waking up, being able to take a deep breath. Okay, I feel like it's interesting because I know I've brought up his channel before, Astro Doorway. The guy who owns that channel, his name is Gene, and he teaches about gnosis and things of that nature, and it's so good. I feel like Gene was fed up. The last video, Gene was fed up. He was like, he was going in on us, right? He was like, we need, awakening isn't all sunshine and lollipops, right? Awakenings is really about confronting our mortality and confronting us taking life for granted every single day through our woes of the mind and stuff like that. And I think the real lesson in life is to, yes, we're going to feel certain ways, and yes, it's okay to identify those feelings, but not to identify with them. You know what I'm saying? Not to make it be our identity on what we're feeling at any given moment, unless it serves us, right? Unless it continues to light our flame, our passion for life, and so we can feel goodness and happiness. Or I won't even say the striving is for happiness, but it's for purpose and contentment. So when we have inspirations, when our fire is fueled, right, we feel happiness by byproduct, right, from feeling our purpose. Now, we're not always going to feel happiness every single moment of every single day, because we're humans. That's just not how it happens. But I always say it's the majority of feeling happiness. That's all we need. We need to outweigh the feelings of sadness or depression with a better feeling state. And as long as we feel better most of the time, we're a-okay. We're doing our job. We're doing it right, So that's what I'm getting. Feeling contentment, feeling that your life is what you want it to be, right? Wish fulfillments with the 9 of Cups here, okay? But yeah, so moving forward, back to this beginning of your reading with 8 of Pentacles, with prudence and justice. I feel like you're just gonna get how you're gonna continue to live a magical life, or how you're going to start living a magical life, is you are going to get in direct proportion what you put out into life, right? With prudence, what you're diligent with, how you're working, not just in your career or in your business, but on yourself constantly. I always tell my friends and even myself, you can't let up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You cannot let up on yourself. You could give yourself grace at times when you need it the most, right? If things aren't going so well, you could give yourself grace. But when things are going well, up the ante, Don't let up on yourself. Don't let up on your dreams. Have faith in your dreams and continue to persevere, because if we get in direct proportion to what we put out in life, that means life is always in a fair balance with us, right? But our goal is for us to have our heart very light. And if it's heavy, we can't think straight. magic doesn't seem to exist, when in reality, magic is all around us. Magic is within us. It's who we are, right? As humans. So we're alchemists. So basically, working, doing what we love and loving what we do, and service to others is how we will maintain our chi, right? How we maintain that balance, that gray area, that direct proportional life that we seek, right? That equanimity, that peace, that, you know what I'm saying? That harmony. And I love this justice card because this person's like levitating. They're like a butterfly. Actually, I just realized that they're like a butterfly, but it's like they're levitating. And I just think that's so cool. So with the King of Cups and Eight of Cups indolence, I feel like, you know, there's something that you're leaving in order to attain this happiness. And this could be this, like, sometimes the stoicism. While I love the King of Cups because it represents emotional intelligence, it represents keeping your cool during maybe what may seem like turbulent times or trials, or when the outside is not looking so in a state of balance, right? Keeping your cool, almost like feeling like you have certain things under control, even if it doesn't seem like that around you. But what I'm seeing is that you're walking this path to your nine of cups with an even disposition, with like a certainty of knowing, like, you know what I mean? Like the King of Cups, as it pertains to emotional intelligence, is really amazing because it's like you're mastering your emotions and you're walking away from the lack thereof. You know, you're walking away from anything but a life of mastery. That's what you're walking away from. Anything but a life of mastery. You're not going to stop until you create the magical existence that you've always wanted and that you've always known you can have, right? This moment of triumph, even through turbulent waters. With the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, come on, you're the alchemist of your life. Whatever you sow, you're reaping. You know, you're reaping the magnitude or the lack thereof of your life and of your existence. And you have the power pile, number ones. And I feel like you're taking your power back with the Magician. You all could benefit from saying affirmations more. First thing in the morning, last thing before you go to bed. Or shoot, you could say it till you go to sleep, right? Especially as it pertains to the subconscious mind, you have to re-inundate yourself with those affirmations every moment of every day. To me, that's what helps me, right? So with the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like life is turning back in your favor, right? Sometimes we're high, sometimes we're low, but we have to really, really have gratitude and happiness for the times when we're up. So when we're down, we'll know this too shall pass. I will be back up again, right? It's like the Ouroboros, like from the womb to the tomb and back again, as the philosopher and the teacher Joseph Campbell once said. And with the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, you understand that. You create your own magic. You create your own destiny. You create your own like luck in life through preparation, right? The Magician, even in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, has everything on their not their little, but on their table, right? And they're like positioning themselves so whenever they need something, they have it right there at their disposal to use it when it's necessary, right? To alchemize a situation and to transform it into something that they want it to be, especially within them. You know, as above, so below, as within, so without. So with the Aeon Judgment and the Two of Swords piece, I feel like you're making good judgment calls as it pertains to your mind and deciding. You're making the decision, right, to protect your heart so your mind can flourish. Whatever it is that we do to break our own hearts, I feel like pile number ones, you're stopping that. And God's spirit source energy, your angels, ancestors, and guides are awakening you to that truth. You don't have to continue to break your own heart or let others do it by the allowance of it, right? You have a amazing decision-making faculty, pile number ones, and I feel like you're going to start to use that towards the betterment of your peace and your purpose, okay? So let's pull some more cards. Okay, let's pull. What do I want to pull? Okay. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. Tell us more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages. How are pile number ones live a more magical life? Okay, we have card number 6, memories of love. I love that. Remembering the good things about who you are, about who you used to be, and where you're going. Remembering that you are so loved and that God, spirit, source, energy, your angels, ancestors, and guides, whatever you go back to for solace, loves you, okay? Tell us more, Spirit. How will our pile number ones live a more magical life? Look at this. We have card number 1 with awareness. Exactly. For those of you all who love, who like Neville Goddard, because I know I've seen in the comments that, you know, some of you all really like Neville too. The Power of Awareness is such an amazing book. And it's interesting because in this deck, this represents the magician. So knowing whatever you allow in, right? You're allowing in only the things that serve you, the beauty in life, you know, the joys, and you're plugged into source right now, pile number ones. You are plugged into source. It's interesting. I was listening to this audiobook last night. I forgot the name of it. I think it was called The Power to Change Your Thinking or something like that. And it was saying when you feel God, like feeling God is feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm getting with this card. Like you are totally in connection with source energy and continuing to be in connection, continuing to feel God, i.e. feel good, is what's going to allow you to live a more magical life. And with card number 3, heartache and loss, what did I say? The means and the awareness to know when you're breaking your own heart or to know when you're giving others permission to do that, because nothing can hurt us without our permission, what we let in, right? So that's what I'm getting to. I feel like you're healing a lot of heartache or loss. That's what's going on now. There's a lot of healing with your heart space right now, okay? Oh my goodness, look at the bottom of the deck. Look at the bottom of the deck. That is so cool. Card number 4, yeah, you're healing your heart right now. And that's beautiful, pile number 1. All right, let's see. Let's pull some more cards. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Tell us more. Clear, concise, accurate messages for our pile number ones. How can pile number ones start to live or continue to live a more magical life? How can our pile number ones live a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. How can our pile number ones live a more magical life? Clear, concise, accurate messages. So I want to pull this one. How can our pile number ones live a more magical life? That wanted to come up. One more card. How can our pile number ones live a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. I want to pull this one. Ooh, it's reading y'all. It's reading y'all. Pile number ones. Let that ish go. Let it go. Whatever you've been holding on to, whatever you've been clinging on to, whatever that has been making your heart heavy, let it go. Put it in the wind. It's out. It's out of you. Okay? So we have raise your vibration. So this was the second card that came out, but that's self-evident. Continue to keep yourself in a high vibratory state, because when you feel God, when you feel good, you know, magic happens. Just plain and clearly, pile number ones. Express yourself. Yes, use expressive creativity. Seek to express the highest version of yourself possible in life. Paint, draw, walk, run, roller skate, skateboard, do whatever you want to do to feel good, right? Express yourself. I just realized that yesterday through creativity and through having a creative outlet, it really is cathartic. It really helps you to express those things that almost seem like inexplainable. And that's magic in and of itself, right? Is being able to express the things that you can't explain verbally, visually. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't always have to be visually. Maybe you have the gift of gab. Maybe you have the gift of oration, right? And that's your gift. That's the beauty of us being an individual, you know, proportions as people. Although we're so intertwined with the whole, you know, we have those different knacks to express ourselves. We're not a monolith, right? So by expressing yourself, you're ultimately going to raise your vibration, thus create a magical life and magical lives for the people around you as well, right? With servitude. And it says root chakra, ground yourself, you know, grounding ourselves, meditation, feeling stable and secure, right? Feeling like we have a happy home or a stable home or stability of any sort, mind, body, spirit, okay? Yes, I love this, pile number ones. So I'm actually going to end this reading. I actually have an affirmation deck. I don't use it a lot. I used to use it in the beginning of the channel. It's a Crazy Dreamer affirmation deck. I made it in 2021 just because a friend who had like a skincare line was like, oh, like, could you partner with me and make an affirmation deck? And I was like, that's a really cool idea. Sure, I will. So this is the affirmation deck. It's ironically, it's called Follow Your Heart Chakra Opening Affirmation Deck. It consists of 33 cards, and I'm just going to use it with you all today just because I was using this deck yesterday for myself, and I was like, this is a really good deck. I don't know why I never use it in our readings, but yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know if you like them, or let me know what I can tweak about the cards, because they're really just a prototype. I created them out of love and, you know, just out of like, it's self-expression, right? So just, you know, let me know what you all think about these in the comments if you want to. You don't have to, but yeah, I want to use them today to conclude your reading. So thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck, for giving our pile number ones guidance, wisdom, and insight, and a clear affirmation on how to live a more magical life. What's the affirmation that pile number ones need to live a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. What is that one affirmation that pile number one needs to live a more magical life, Spirit? Oh, I love this. Okay, so we have card number 31, and it says, I am the creator of my own reality. It says, I know that my awareness, wow, I'm tripped out. I'm the creator of my own reality. I know that my awareness in life mirrors back to me externally what I constantly think, visualize, and allow myself to believe. By realizing that, I know that whatever I feed to my subconscious mind is what I experience, and I only feed it what I want to see, think, and experience. I am the creator of my own reality. This is card number 31, so 3 and 1, that's 4, which ties back into the Emperor. You are definitely the creator of your own reality, pile number ones, and you know, that's how you're going to continue to make the life of your dreams and to make it more magical than it already is through constantly having that awareness that you create your own reality. So what's at the bottom of the deck? We have card number 16, I am becoming. 1 and 6, that's 7. So it says, I am becoming. I know that I am an expanding being who will never be done growing, learning, and cultivating. I recognize that morphing into the best version of myself, I am just in a perpetual state of becoming forever and always. I am becoming. So I don't know if you all can see that, but all right, pile number ones, I love you all so much, my dreamy dreamers. With that being said, thank you so much for hopefully sticking to the end. I love you all. If you like this reading, if it resonated, please give me a big thumbs up, a like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, and anyone who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. Again, I love you so much, my dreamy dreamers, and I'll see you in our next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number twos, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose card number 21 with sensuality. Love it. It says, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. So I feel like in order to start living a more magical life, pile number twos, you need to start loving life again. Start being more playful. Start laughing. Start, doing the things that you enjoy, right? With sensuality. Card number 2 and 1, that's 3. So that's giving Empress vibes. It's giving Empress energy to me. And even with the feminine figure on the card, it's like she's in love with life. She's daydreaming. They're actually a mermaid, right? And it's like they're just resting in the sea or wherever they are, and they're just like daydreaming, right? So I feel like with sensuality comes playfulness, with you tapping into your femininity, or reintroducing yourself into your feminine prowess. This will help a lot, whether male or female, right? I do want to read a little bit from the guidebook. So let's see, card number 21. Okay. So it says, mermaids are celebrated for their sensuality, their sovereignty, their beauty and their freedom. They revel in their desirability, and we are going to work with them in this powerful, liberating spell. I love it. It says, if you have chosen this spell, you may be aware that you have some issues around your sexuality. Many people feel guilt around sex. This isn't anything new. Guilt and shame disconnect us from a great source of self-love, energy, power, and worth. This spell will assist you in expressing yourself sensually, becoming freer and less concerned about judgment. It says you will be able to revel in sensual enjoyment without obligation, cost, loss of freedom, or guilt. Be free and happy in your sensual, sovereign self, okay? So I love this. Yeah, so sovereignty, like you're taking ownership of you, maybe even your body at this time, your sensuality, which correlates to sexuality, right? Even it's interesting when desirability pops up, right? Even how you desire yourself, you looking in the mirror and being like, dang, I'm too hot to trot, or I'm just that person. Like, yes, I love what I see in this mirror, regardless, that sensuality in and of itself. And that's why you don't have to be obligated to anyone else's judgment or preconceived notion of who you are or what you provide if you provide it to yourself first. It always stems back to the self, pile number 2. So how you'll start living a more magical life is through harnessing that dark feminine energy, or even the light feminine energy, and that it doesn't matter male or female, whoever's watching this, by harnessing that sensuality, like that sensual nature of yourself. I feel like it does have a lot to do with our inner femininity, right? It has a lot to do with sultriness, or like, what is it called? Yeah, sultriness and even seduction in a way. It's really cool. I really like this card, and I'm really starting to like this reading as well. So let's see what the spell is. It says Mermaid Magic Sensuality Spell. This spell needs moonlight, a little salt and water, and an atomizer. I don't know what that is. Like, it says this spell needs moonlight, a little salt and water, and an atomizer. This is what I said to pile number 1. Look, I'm going to say the spell. I'm just going to read the whole thing just for clarity's sake. But you all should just take with it what you will and what serves you and leave the rest. Like, I feel like the magic lies within us all the time. If we do the ritual with the spell, that's fine. It's just really connecting like the visual aid with how we feel or our own energy, right? But I don't think it's necessary, right? So I'm just gonna, for clarity's sake, I'm gonna read it, but you all take with it what you will. I think just saying your freedom flowing from far away, I dance, I love, I laugh, I play is enough. I just do, but I'll read the card just because I started reading it. So it says Mermaid Magic Sensuality Spell. This spell needs moonlight, a little salt and a water, and an atomizer and some seashells. Like, what is an atomizer? Am I the only one who doesn't know what that is? It says you will also require turquoise cloth. Like, what? Who has this? Either on your altar or on your body. Go to your altar and visualize a circle of blue, watery energy all about you, shimmering as if the light of the sun is dancing on the surface of the water. Place your cloth. I actually do have turquoise cloth, though, which is funny. But I digress. Place your cloth, seashells, and perhaps an image of a mermaid on your altar. Visualize moonlight pouring into you and feel yourself swaying with the ebb and flow of the waves of the sea. Imagine yourself opening up to the freedom of the waters and flowing, as strong and as powerful, as endless as the deep of the sea. Take your salt water and spray your altar area. Chant 3 times. World, you now see me, wild and open, clear and free. I draw now to me the siren song of the sea, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play, and by the power of 3 by 3, as I do, so mote it be. It says, if you wish, move a little, particularly about the hips and belly, and let the energy settle deep into your body. Take 3 deep breaths and begin to see the blue circle of watery energy sparkle, shine, and then dissolve to disperse and be reabsorbed by the universe. So love this. Basically, it's just saying I'm getting sacral chakra all up and through this reading. Look at all this orange, right? Sacral chakra energy. So whatever you need to do, maybe you want to meditate on your sacral chakra. Maybe you want to just have the awareness that your sacral chakra could use more attention, right? By dancing with our hips, right? Because that's our hips and our lower bodies tend to be more related to our sexual organs, which are like, it helps to activate the chakra when we move or we dance or we belly dance or whatever it is. We move our hips, we shake our behinds, right? So I digress. And that's just a fun way of doing it. And you don't have to do it in front of people. You could just do it to the beat of your own drum. You could do it while you're having fun in your house cleaning or, washing the dishes or listening to your favorite song. You know what I mean? That in and of itself activates the sacral chakra. And I think this is ultimately what this spell is all about, activating your sacral chakra. And it doesn't have to be drastic. You don't have to go and find the closest person to you, and try to be intimate with them. No, it first starts with our own intimacy within ourselves and us seeing ourselves as desirable human beings and worthy of love and affection and sensuality, right? So I digress, pile number 2. So let's hop into your reading. We have at the bottom of the deck the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So how you're going to start to lead a more magical life is through, I feel like, opening up to opportunities that are being given to you right now, tangible opportunities at that. I feel like there are opportunities being given to you right now, so take heed to them, okay? Open yourself up. You're coming into a whole new portal and a whole new threshold of life, okay, where things are being offered to you or a very tangible offer is being given to you or opportunity. Seize them, take them, okay? have fun with them. Don't overthink it, right? You all also got an extra card, which is the Eight of Swords with interference. And I feel like you think that other people are like guiding you and are controlling you, when in reality, no, it's the other way around. You control yourself and you control what is projected out into our reality, into this 3D, right? Everyone is you pushed out. You know, I don't know why. I'm just a firm believer in that. Everyone is us pushed out. Like, so when we make our inner worlds as meticulous as we can, right? We're striving for meticulousness. It's not always going to be like that, but it's the striving for it, right? Which signals progress. When we strive to make our inner worlds and our mind so meticulous and pristine, then we'll start to see that embodied on the external in our reality. I'll give you an example, and I know this is facts. I know this is facts because I know not only me, but you all have encountered this numerous times in your life. So I was with a friend and we're going to like a grocery store, I think to like get some wine, right? So we go and we get wine because we're about to eat some pizza. And I go into the store and it's a cool like market. It's like a I don't want to say a liquor store, but it's like a neighborhood market. And we go in there and we're just looking around, looking at the wine and stuff like that. And as we go and pay, I recognize that the guy who owns the store, or who is at least behind the cashier stand, has a sign right here on his exact same hand. Is just right here, but it's not in red ink. It's like in green ink. And he has that tattooed on his hand. And I go, look, I say like, hey, like, yeah, like I have the same thing. And we just smile at each other. And he's just like, oh yeah, do you know what it means? I'm like, yeah, of course I know what it means. And then it was just funny. I know he was kind of like taken aback too, but that's what I mean. Everyone is us pushed out. What are the freaking odds that I would even have this on my hand? Because when I got this tattoo, it wasn't supposed to go here. I wanted it to go on my finger, but the tattoo artist said, look, this is your first tattoo. You might want it to last a little longer. And the tattoos on your fingers tend to fade quickly. So let's just put it right here. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Whatever you suggest, you're the expert, right? And then so I got it right here. And then what are the odds though? Come on. That's the reassurance. And it was reminding me, stay connected, stay aware, stay connected to your goodness and your godness, right? That was the reminder of me seeing him. Is the sound of the universe, right? And when we connect back to that, we're connecting back to ourselves ultimately, right? So I say that just as an example of, that's why I'm a firm proponent or believer in everyone is you pushed out, because I've literally, maybe it's just the belief in and of itself, I don't know, but it's self-evident at this point in my life, So again, take the opportunities that are coming to you without fear, without interference, and without delay. And know that you control what happens in your life for the most part. Pile number twos, okay? I'm not saying every single thing, but I know one thing we ultimately control is what we think, okay? That's something that we cannot deny. We ultimately control our thinking, right? So with interference, these strings are so minute, she could pull away from them and just get out of this entrapment. We're creating the life of our dreams by not inhibiting ourselves, right? So let's list off your cards. We have the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. We have the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Prince of Swords, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords with futility. We have the Eight of Pentacles with prudence. We have the King of Pentacles, Three of Cups with abundance. We have the King of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles with works. And we have the Nine of Pentacles with gain. So in the center of your reading, we have the Prince of Swords and the King of Cups, which to me, this emotional intelligence about you, this mastery of your emotions is coming in very quickly, which I applaud you, pile number twos. Amazing job and amazing work, because it seems like you're already getting into the flow of this, right? You're getting into the awareness that, hey, the one thing I know for sure I can control are my thoughts, so let me do this, and my emotions for the most part, right? And I feel like you've mastered your emotions, right? Um, and the mastery of your emotions are going to happen quicker because it seems like you are cultivating this firm foundation, right, of the stability of your emotion. So even when maybe you might find yourself kind of like being a little shaky or being a little wobbly about your emotions, you know the ways to tap back into yourself, to recenter, reground yourself every single time. And you have that EQ, right? You have that emotional intelligence to always derive from, right? And it's coming back in very quickly is what I'm getting, right? There also could be a King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio male. Perhaps it doesn't have to signify, but it could be someone with these qualities that are coming into you, that is coming into your life very quickly. Doesn't have to be, but I just thought I'd mention that as well, right? So going back to the beginning of the reading with the Princess of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles, you have grown so much, pile number twos. You have grown so much. Please acknowledge that. Please understand that and take it to the bank, so to speak, right? I feel like what will make your life even more magical than it is now is through the learning process of how to master your reality, how to master the 3D. I feel like maybe once you were in a apprenticeship stage, you were just being initiated into this learning how to control your external through your internal, and now you're gaining mastery, right? Now you're taking heed to this understanding. You come from page to the king. You've completed all the steps and understand that, right? I feel like there can also be someone who can teach you something as well about this because they've done it themselves, okay? But I just really feel like you've really grown up, and you've, to an extent, learned how to master your external reality. But I always say, because it's interesting, just because you've mastered something doesn't mean it'll necessarily go your way. You've mastered the understanding of, okay, if I do this, if I perpetuate this thought, then this is what's going to happen on the external. If I, do this like this, then this is going to happen on the external. It's insight. It's not necessarily you're doing it, though. You have to take action, inspired action every single day of every single moment to make sure that your thoughts turn into the things that you want, right? Versus the things that you don't want. Okay. So this is what I'm getting here. You have the capacity. You've went from the page or the princess to the king, right? You're on top of it. Now, what do we have to do is stay on top of it, right? So with the Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Three of Cups with abundance, I have a feeling you have found yourself in the past becoming very distracted, especially if it pertains to friends. Like, I feel like you let maybe your friends or the abundance of people around you kind of distract you from certain things. Although because you're very passionate about abundance, about friends, about celebration and stuff like that. You love it, you enjoy it, but you tend to be distracted here with the Prince of Wands. As you can see, there's this fiery lion. This lion is ready and roaring to go, but this person is so distracted that they're not even moving forward, and it's interesting because you could see this Prince of Wands is looking at this page of Pentacles, or this Princess of Pentacles, right? And I feel like even as it pertains to your sensuality, you could maybe be a little distracted by everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just looking here, there, to and fro, because you feel like there's a lot of abundance of people, and it's like maybe you haven't narrowed in yet on the person that you want, so to speak, okay? Or there could be a Knight of Wands that has their eyes on you, but it could be because of distraction or something like that. We'll get into that, because I feel like this is telling a whole little story, but we'll get into that. So with the Seven of Swords futility and the Three of Pentacles works, faith without works is dead. So you will maybe feel, if you're doing all this stuff on the 3D, that what is the point? What is the point of doing all this? Or hold on, let me rephrase that. I feel like maybe you feel like, what is the point of me using my mind if it's going to turn against me? But you don't see the things at work here. You don't see what's at play here, okay? Because this person with the Seven of Swords is like, they just want to give up, but they don't really see how God, Spirit, Source, Energy is helping them co-create their reality, what's happening in the background, right? It's almost like right when we're about to give up, that's when the thing happens that we've been wanting. That's when, our breakthrough comes in, right? So that's what I'm getting here with this card. Do not give up. Do not let your mind trick you into submission to it, right? You have to make the mind submit to you, not the other way around, pile number twos. Because there's a lot of stuff at play here that I don't think you're able to see, okay? With the Eight of Pentacles, prudence, and the Nine of Pentacles, look at that progression. So many Pentacles here too. Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. There's so much progression here on your 3D world. I feel like it's interesting, right? And you becoming the King of Pentacles, you becoming the master of your domain, the master of your reality, because that's what I'm getting with material is reality, something tangible, the master of your finances, the master of your vocation, your work, your whatever, your money, your physicality, right? With the Eight of Pentacles, prudence, and the Nine of Pentacles, gain. Through this hard work, look, I have to show you these. Through this hard work and you co-creating with Spirit and you keeping it up, right? You using diligence, you using prudence, it's inevitable. You're about to gain everything your heart desires and more, okay? You're not in a state of lack anymore. I feel like you're in a state of abundance, or you're about to be, pile number twos. Because you're no longer letting the mind take control. You're taking control of your mind, and you're taking the opportunity to do that, right? Love it. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. And I feel like that's how you're exercising your sensuality as it pertains to the external. And I feel like first through the mind, because look, we have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords came out. You're realizing that you're self-imposing these limitations, and I feel like you're ceasing it, you're stopping it. And that's why I love this King of Cups coming in, because this emotional mastery is coming in very quickly, because I feel like you've recognized what has been going on. Tell me more, Spirit, clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number twos live a more magical life, Spirit? How will our pile number twos start to live a more magical life? Clear, concise, accurate messages. I'm just going to get the cards that pop out. Thank you. Card number 8, power. You have the power, okay? You have the power. You have what it takes to completely make your life what you want it to be. And I love... So card number 8, power, this represents the strength card, right? And it's interesting because we have sensuality, but I love the strength card because it is a meaning about soft power, learning your soft power. You might be asking, what the heck is soft power? Soft power is seduction, it's persuasion, it's not coercion. And when I say coercion, I mean it's not by forcing another's opinion or forcing another person to do something. It's by suggesting that they do something. You know what I mean? Suggesting to your mind. You're not forcing your mind to do anything. You're not forcing anything. You are letting it happen, or you are suggesting, or you are persuading, right? I really hope that makes sense. But that's what I love about the strength card in any deck. It typically means cooling your fires, but doing so almost with magic, through persuasion, through seduction, through a light heart, through a suggestion, right? Not making the person, or not making yourself, not making your mind, but almost like tricking your mind, so to speak. Taming it, right? Tell me more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will pile number 2s live a more magical life? Card number 8, balance. Yeah. And you're going to get what you put into your mind or put out into the world, which is inevitably what you continue to put into your mind, right? So, and it's funny that these 2 cards come out, because in tarot, they're major arcanas, but then on top of that, these numbers, the numerology of these cards are interchangeable. So I think it's interesting that both of these came out at the same time. And I feel like by entering a more balanced state, by knowing that you have the power, and I love this again, because in this card, it's like the magician, okay? And this isn't the magician card. The awareness card is a magician card in this deck. But by understanding you have everything within you to be powerful and to create and make manifest your own life, that's how you're going to start to live a more magical, sensual life. It's through alchemy. It's through making it so, right? Through the mind first, and balancing the mind and creating harmony within everything that you do or touch or, tell yourself. One more card, Spirit. How will our pile number 2s live a more magical life? How will our pile number 2s live a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number 2s? Ooh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Card number 6, memories of love. This could be connecting back to the past, right? Maybe a past person, or connecting. Yep, look at this. I said past person. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. Card number 2, spiritual union. This could also be connecting back to yourself, right? The yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. But for some of you, this could be another person and connecting back with them and trusting them. And I feel like this could be this opportunity coming in for you to maybe rehash the past or forgive or do something. And obviously, if it was a quote unquote toxic, I know that's kind of overused nowadays, but if it was a toxic situation, you got to go in your own discretion. And I wouldn't really advise people to go back into toxicity, but to forgive. And I always like to say on this channel, you don't have to forgive someone and go up to them and be like, I forgive you. You can do so in your mind's eye. And the method that I like to use is by visualizing yourself giving this person a rose if you're wanting their forgiveness, and maybe visualizing the other person giving you a rose if you require their forgiveness, right? But forgiving the other person in the mind's eye. It doesn't even have to be an in-person thing, so to speak, okay? But if there is a reconnection here, we are in Mercury retrograde, child. So if there is a reconnection here, this could be, and I know they say in Mercury retrograde, try not to solidify anything, but maybe you might have the chance to reconnect with someone who you truly loved and who, there was never any like ill will or anything crazy that happened between you all. Why not, forgive this person, or talk to this person, or go out to lunch with this person, or whatever. If this is a person, this could just be you integrating yourself, mind, body, and spirit, right? This could be your own soul's integration, the yin and the yang, so to speak. So take it if it resonates, pile number 2s. But let's pull some more cards. My dreamy dreamers, thank you, God, thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. How will our pile number 2s start living a more magical life, Spirit? How will our pile number 2s start to live a more magical life? Thank you. Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number 2s, thank you, one more card, start to live a more magical life? Ooh. Okay. I I love it. It says invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. What do you need to do to pamper yourself or to treat yourself or to reinvent yourself? We were talking about Mercury retrograde, and we all know that's kind of like the reinvention period. If there are things or unfinished business or, yeah, what is it called? The things we need, loose ends we need to tie. Let's do that now. Let's reinvent ourselves. Let's invest in ourselves, right? Whatever that means, mind, body, soul. So let's see. We have call for backup. Divine superhero. And we have go with the flow. I love this. So you're divine. You're superhuman. You're becoming superhuman, in the words of Joe Dispenza, right? You're a divine superhero. You can do, have, and be whatever you want to be, pile number 2. And I feel like other people see that in you as well. Go with the flow. I feel like the best course of action is just to learn how to ride the waves of life and just ride the tide. I know the King of Cups is a pro at doing that. Maybe they were the first surfer on the slab of concrete in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck in the middle of the ocean. They were the first surfer, okay? So be like a surfer and ride the waves of life. Go with the flow, right? Call for backup. Whenever you feel those fires start to get too big, it's too those alarm systems are coming up, call for your spiritual backup, right? Call the people you trust if you need to talk to someone or something like that, or go to prayer, right? Call on your angels, ancestors, and guides for assistance, because as we live on earth, free will is at play here. So our angels, ancestors, and guides can't really interfere, or, so is the legend. They can't really interfere unless we ask for them to help us, right? So never be afraid to call on your higher power, call on those higher realms of assistance, because they're here. All right, so let's see. Oh, yes. So let's conclude your reading, pile number 2s. I wanted to use my affirmation deck. I made an affirmation deck last year for a friend, and I was just going through it. I used to use some of these cards in the beginning of the channel, and I stopped, but I was going through them yesterday. I was like, I really like these. So you all tell me in the comments below what you think of them, how I can make this deck better if you guys are interested. It's a prototype. I just made it for a friend because she had a skincare line and she wanted to incorporate some affirmation cards, and I was like, well, why don't I just make a deck, And yeah, that's how this came about. This is the Crazy Dreamer heart chakra. This is a Crazy Dreamer open your heart chakra opening affirmation deck. Okay, it consists of 33 cards, and yeah, it's really about self-love and really opening the portals of your heart. Okay, so let's pull one last card and get an affirmation for how you'll be able to live a more magical life. Pile number 2s. Clear, concise, accurate messages. Wow, this card fell out quick. And it says card number 7, I am abundant. That's interesting because y'all have nothing but pentacles in your readings for the most part. So it says, I'm abundant. God is my supply. I need not want for or from anything outside of myself. Oof, we were just saying that. Since I am an extension of the Creator, I create supreme abundance for myself and for lineages to come. I am abundant, card number 7. Okay. And then we have at the bottom of the deck, card number 4, I am wise. It says, I am wise like a mighty oak tree. I only get better with time and with the recognition of my roots, where I come from and where I am headed. And like that oak, my wisdom will reach beyond my existence on this earth. I am wise. Card number 4. So I love it. I love that message. Pile number 2s. I love you all so much, my dreamy dreamers. What a wonderful reading. If you like this reading, if it resonates, please give this video a big thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who could best benefit from the messages provided here today. Again, I love you so much, and I'll see you in our next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number threes, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose card number 19 with inspiration. And it says, Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. So it's interesting. We're asking about how to live a more magical life. And the goddess Isis, is here, the goddess of magic, right? So numerologically speaking, 1 and 9, that's 10, that's 1 again. So I have a feeling, pile number threes, it's going to be through leadership, right? And diligence and dedication and devotion to your craft, whether that be living a more magical life or producing more magic in your life through your art, through creativity, through how you lead others or how you inspire others as well, right? Yeah. But I'm definitely getting leadership, life path 1, okay? Things of that nature. So let's read a little bit from the guidebook to see what this spell is. Like I was suggesting in every other pile, like, you know, the magic really does lie within us. And I feel like even just saying Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me is enough, because repetition creates a permanence in the subconscious mind. So the more you repeat something, the more the more the subconscious mind ingests it, right? And then the subconscious mind governs 95% of what we tend to do on our 3D, while the conscious mind only governs 5%, and it's really a filtration system, right? So I digress. I want to read a little bit more of this card to you all. So we have card number 19, inspiration. It says, inspiration can sometimes evade us. We know we must get started on a project, and yet original, innovative, and exciting options just elude us. There's a reason for this. We humans need the energy of a certain kind of magic in the guise of the genius, the muse, the external divine that roams in search of humans who can bring the sacred into the world just for a time. When we connect with genius or muse, it is as if we are connected to an energy that effortlessly channels ideas and inspirations through to us. Isis is exactly the right deity to call on to aid you in your efforts to be inspired. An Egyptian goddess of love and magic, she creates divine solutions and came up with inspirational ideas when times were difficult. And I like this. I always remember I think it's the C.S. Lewis. I think that's the poet's name, or like the philosopher's name, C.S. Lewis. And he says adversity breeds creativity. And it's so true. When you're in adverse conditions or it seems like all is lost, it takes a creative mind to maneuver through it, right? So let's continue. It says, if you've chosen to cast this spell, you may be feeling in a bit of a fix. Set aside all your fears and work this spell, safe in the knowledge that its magical power will guide you to a new place, energetically, where new and wonderful ideas are flowing in abundance. Okay, so let's read the spell. It says, Isis, inspirational spell. You will, and again, a side note, I don't feel like you need all this. You could just say the spell. If you want to do the ritual, you can, but you don't need it. You have everything within you that you'll ever need. All of this is just kind of for the glamour or for the ritual in and of itself, just to match like the sight, like the visuals to the verbiage, okay? But I don't believe you need all this, but take with it what you will, take with it what you want, and leave what you don't, okay? So it says, Isis, inspirational spell. You will need a tall white candle and some salt. On a waxing moon, cleanse your home of clutter, then go to your altar. Visualize a circle of pale blue fire all about you, and within that circle, begin to feel wings, light, strong, and huge, stretching out from between your shoulder blades. I kind of like that, though. That's cool. Light the candle on your altar and sprinkle salt about it in the shape of 2 wings. Wow. Really? Chant 3 times, Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Help me find the clever way, guide me at work and play. To have that moment where inspiration sings, bring it to me on your sacred wings. Isis, now I thank thee, and by the power of 3 by 3 as I do, so mote it be. It says, feel the presence of the goddess Isis with you and let her inspiration flow into you. If you have any thoughts or moments of insight or messages from Isis, write them down now in your book of shadows and light. When you have done this, thank her for her messages and blow out your candle. Finally see the circle of pale blue fire all about you shimmer, then dissolve, transmuting and being reabsorbed back into the energy of the universe. Cleanse your space, scatter the salt near your front and back door, and be ready to welcome the divine inspiration of Isis into your life. And I think it's interesting. Wow, I've never heard that sound before. I think it's interesting, pile number 3s, that think about Rihanna. She has that tattoo on her rib cage or whatever. That's probably what she's trying to evoke, the inspiration of not only work but of play, to have a really cool life. And I just got that download, like, damn, like, yeah, maybe Rihanna doesn't do all these rituals, maybe she does, who knows, but she does have that tattoo of Isis for everyone to see. So I don't know if that's the guard, to protect her and stuff like that against the lack of inspiration or whatever, or to evoke the inspiration. But hey, it seems to work. So that's something, that's a food for thought. But I digress. Let's proceed with your reading. We have the Prince of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is the Knight of Wands in this deck. So the passion that you feel, pile number 3s, to make your life magical isn't absence. I feel like it's the focus, right? It's the continuous focus of that passion, because sometimes our passions can go any which way, which this Prince of Wands signifies. The lion is ready to go. This lion is ready, focused, centered, but it can only be so focused as the person that's leading them, right? And the person in this figure is distracted. They're looking everywhere but in front of them, right? So that's what I'm getting. Pile number 3s, you all could be maybe a little distracted or be coming out of a distracting cycle. And how you're making your life more magical is by gaining focus, gaining inspiration, allowing your passions to be led by focus and inspiration alone, and not wavering on that, pile number 3s, okay? So let's list off your cards. We have the Emperor, the 3 of Swords with sorrow. We have the Hierophant, the Lovers, 6 of Wands with victory. We have the 6 of Swords with science, Ace of Cups, 7 of Pentacles with failure. We have the 7 of Swords with futility and the 5 of Cups with disappointment. So pile number 3s, it seems like in the near past or something like that, you all could have like found your light dimming for some reason. Maybe it was because you were distracted by heartbreak, or like I even told another pile, you could have been breaking your own heart. Like in Buddhism, the whole philosophy is like, we'll only feel pain once, but suffering is a choice, right? Not feeling pain is something that's inevitable, but suffering is a choice. So with sorrow and the 3 swords to the heart, I always feel like at a point we give too much power to our sorrows. We give too much power to what it is that we're sad about or what it is that feels painful. And if we take our observation off of why we're feeling this pain and let it fuel us, right? Let it perpetuate us to a new thought or a new frame of reference, then we wouldn't have to suffer, right? And I took that with me as it pertains to Buddhism, because suffering is an option, right? It's like it's like, what is it called? Like stubbing your toe out of bed. And then it's like, yeah, it hurts. Ouch. Damn. Curse or do whatever you're going to do. But then are you going to let it ruin your day? Some people do, right? And that's what we're working on as humans, is not to let the pains that we feel that are inevitable ruin us or ruin our days or ruin our inspirations or ruin our creativity or ruin our magic or let it dim our lights, okay? So going into the center of your reading with the Hierophant and the 7 of Pentacles failure, I feel like there was an initiation that to teach you that there is no such thing There's no such thing as failure, right? There is only something leading you to what you need to do next, right? Failure is an opportunity for growth, because if there's no such thing as failure, you can't fail, right? So you can only be led to what works. And that's the kind of like the reformation of whatever's happening in our lives at a certain period of time, and how we can always reframe and adjust, right? That's the human condition, is to adjust to circumstances, right? Because circumstances really don't matter. It's what we make them, right? And with the Hierophant, I feel like I feel like at a time, pile number 3, maybe you all have been known to be a leader or a spiritual teacher, but have failed to create boundaries within that, right? That's what I'm getting to, because look at this person. They're creating lines in the sands, okay? And it's like, it's interesting because they're creating circles around them for protection. That's what it looks like, right? And with that being said, I feel like sometimes we want to help people so badly that we just give them all of us. Like, we give them even what we don't have. And that is not sustainable. And I feel like you had to learn that. And you're learning it now, right? It's an initiation of that. Okay, everyone kind of makes this, everybody kind of fumbles in the beginning with this. And now you're learning how to continue to go back to the center, and rebirth yourself, right? And share with people the knowledge that you have acquired without making you feel like you failed in some type of way, okay? Making you feel like you don't have anything left, or you don't know what to do with your own teachings, right? Or with your own wisdom, or failing to listen to your wisdom, right? Back to the beginning of the reading with the Emperor and the Six of Swords, I feel like you're learning how to self-soothe. You're learning how to self-regulate. You're learning how to self-govern yourself right now with the Emperor and take control of your own life. You're reading, you're researching, right? You're a scientist, so to speak. Okay, and scientists go through trial and error. That's what the scientific method is about. You know, theories remain theories for so long until they're quote unquote proven, and that could take a very long time. I don't think it's going to take you a long time with what it is that you want to do, but you know what I'm saying? To be a scientist is to know that you learn through trial and error, to know that experience is the best teacher, right? And with your experience, you're gaining more self-control. You're gaining more control of yourself, and you've been put in this leadership position for a reason. Pile number 3s. And I feel like you're also learning that not everything it has to be your way or the highway. You don't have to, you know, if you feel like maybe your boundaries have been crossed or something like that, you don't have to feel like, well, I'm completely eliminating this person out of my life. Like the Emperor's other traits tend to, exude is the need to feel like they have to have control. And I feel like you're learning more by going with the flow of life. That's what's making you able to like sustain your throne, so to speak, to sustain your place, your rightful place on your throne is through knowledge, is through learning. You could be feeling very inspired by reading right now, by literature, by really delving deep into like, what is it that I need to know? What is it more that I can learn that will help me to sustain and be the best leader that I possibly can, right? And lead myself as well. With the Lovers and the Seven of Swords, futility, I have a feeling like there could be a love connection in your life that you just, you just don't know about. You just, maybe you feel like it's futile, or you're having thoughts like, what is this all for? Like, what's the reason? And I have a feeling also, if it isn't about another person in your life, in being able to create this magic, pile number threes, I feel as if with the Lover's card, you feel like, what's the point of making a decision where, if it leads me away from what I want, or if I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I feel like your thoughts are playing tricks on you about a decision, an important decision that you need to make, or about an important person in your life, right? And in this particular card, this has a lot to do with family. And look at, this lion is right there. From the Prince of Wands, this lion is right there. And this talks about fertility. This talks about family, And I feel like you kind of just don't know what to do right now in regards to a decision that you have to make. You're feeling a little like things are futile, but they're never futile, Nothing in life is ever in vain, okay? With victory, with the Six of Wands with victory, and the Five of Cups disappointment, I have a feeling you're just letting go of the past. Pile number threes, you're letting go of, maybe friendships, or I always say friendships when it comes to the Five of Cups, because the Three of Cups are this one spilled over, or the party. Why is it so hard to accept the party is over? I feel like something is over and you're triumphing. Triumphing? You are remaining triumphant through it, right? Even if some days it doesn't feel like it, even if some days you might feel this disappointment, you might feel this sadness, you might feel this lonesomeness, you're still reigning victorious, pile number threes. And I think it's about time you realize that, and it's about time that you gave yourself some credit and stop being so hard on yourself, pile number threes. Because I feel like inspiration is right around the corner, okay? So let's see. Let's pull some more cards. Tell us more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages. Clear, concise, accurate messages, Spirit. What do our pile number three need to do in order to live a more magical life? How can our pile number threes live a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. Okay, so we have two cards that came in. They're stuck together. So we have card number 8, positive movement forward. Just keep swimming, in the words of Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. Just keep going. Look, you're headed towards the sun. You're heading towards this autonomy right here. You're headed towards this leadership role and capability that you always knew was here. You're headed towards your inspiration, okay? There's positive movement forward here. You're going forward, onward and upward, right? We have card number 5 with wisdom. You have learned a lot, and you have a lot of knowledge to share with people. And I feel like your wisdom is what's going to continue to create magic in your life, right? And it's interesting, this is the Hierophant card in this deck, and we have the Hierophant right here. You're a spiritual teacher, or you have learned certain things. You have been initiated, or you are an initiate, or you are initiating certain things coming into your life, right? Through wisdom, through spiritual teaching, through higher levels of knowledge, or higher levels of just commitment, or something like that. Tell us more, Spirit. How can our pile number 3s create more of a magical life for themselves? How can our pile number 3s create more of a magical life for themselves? How can our pile number 3s create more of a magical life for themselves? Okay. So we have card number 8, emotional withdrawal. And then we have card number 2, mental conflict. So what I'm getting is you're taking the time out right now to like almost like hermit mode to contemplate and meditate on how it is that you want to move forward in your life. Okay, I feel like you have attained a lot of wisdom, so that is on your side, pile number threes, and that's why you're taking the time that you need to be maybe even by yourself or in a state of solitude, emotionally speaking, so you can gather your bearings and feel re-inspired by life, right? Card number two, mental conflict. I feel like you've been kind of fickle, like in and out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not knowing what to do, not knowing what decisions to make, right? Especially with the Seven of Swords with futility and the Lover's card. But that's all going to cease once you connect back within to your heart, whether that be through prayer, whether that be through meditation, whether that be through whatever spiritual practice that you use, affirmations, anything, right? It's going to lead you to the most desired outcome, pile number threes. And I have a feeling that has a lot to do with what you're inspired by. Delve into what you're inspired by and focus on that. Focus on what you're inspired by, and everything else can wait. It really can. Obviously live your life, go to work. You have to pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? We still live on earth. We still live on this 3D, but really focus, pay more attention to what you're inspired by instead of the lack thereof. And that's what's going to create magic in your life and continue to do that, right? We have card number 7 with your crown chakra. You're very open up to the receptivity that you're getting from what you're feeling inspired by or what you're feeling guided towards, which is your inspirations ultimately. Or if you have been a little off kiltered or off centered, steer your ship back into what you're inspired by, because if that was the case, then you probably have been thinking what you don't want to happen, right? And the lack thereof. So the inspiration is coming into you as a form of wisdom, as a source of wisdom, and excuse me, and take heed to that, pile number threes. So let's pull some more cards. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. Tell us more. How will our pile number threes create more magic in their life, Spirit? How? I'm getting the no card peeked out. I'm getting say no more. Say no more, because then you'll be saying yes to yourself. And that card just peeked out. It didn't even come out, but that's what I'm getting. So how will our pile number threes create more magic in their lives, Spirit? How will our pile number threes begin to create more magic in their lives, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. Thank you. How will our pile number threes begin to create more magic in their lives? Thank you. So that's so funny. The yes card came out. I feel like that was a confirmation. Parental healing. Heal from your childhood. I feel like that's what's happening right now. Whatever heartbreak that you endured during childhood, whether it related to a parent or something, heal from that. I feel like you're being given the green light to rise above that, right? Whether it's through forgiveness. And I've been saying in a lot of readings, like, you don't have to go to the actual person and forgive them. You can do it visually. You can do it in your mind's eye. And my technique, what I like to do, and I got this from someone else, I don't know if it was from Deepak Chopra or someone, but basically what you do is you could visualize yourself handing a person a rose, in a semblance of forgiveness, if they need your forgiveness, or if they need your forgiveness, or vice versa, right? So with parental healing, I feel like that's what's happening right now. I feel like you are healing a lot of generational patterns that you don't feel is what is it called? You don't feel that is beneficial to continue on in the lineages, whether you all have children or not. I feel like it ends with you. It ends with you, pile number threes, in the best way possible. Like, you're determined, you're inspired to continue to triumph over adversity, so you can heal your inner child, so you can heal whatever you feel like your parents didn't, okay? Let that ish go. You're letting it go right now, okay? One more card, Spirit. How will pile number threes create a more of a magical life for themselves? How will our pile number threes create more of a magical life for themselves, Spirit? One more card. Clear, concise, accurate messages. Self-care. Yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of your self-image as well, pile number threes. And I say self-image as like, I don't know if you all have ever read that book. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by, I forget his name. But it's time for you to start taking care of you more, okay? And whether that be through, you know, pampering yourself, getting a new appearance, or changing your appearance, or revamping yourself, whatever makes you feel good. Take care of yourself, because what you see in the mirror, that's all that matters. How your reflection is to you in the mirror, that's all that matters, because how you feel about yourself, that exudes to other people. We're telling people every day by how we carry ourselves, by the words we say to ourselves, by the words we say to others, how to treat us. It's true. I know it might sound like a little jarring, but it's true. So you can't take care of everyone else and neglect yourself. It doesn't work that way, because then you just disseminate. And then what was it all for, right? So, and able to have a more magical life, lean in more on your self-care practices. Nurture yourself, love yourself, guide yourself, you know, say positive words of affirmations to yourself in the mirror. I think that's called mirror work. Look into your eyes in the mirror and say, I love you, I accept you. I know I got this from Louise Hay. I love and I accept you. You could say, call yourself by your name, you know, because when we're growing up, that's how our parents teach us, right? Is through, they call us by our name. So we respond to that quicker than we even would like, we don't go you over there, come, you know what I'm saying? They say Bill or Susan or Jill or whoever, right? They call people by their names. First names came to mind. But yeah, so in regards to that, start doing mirror work. Start saying those loving affirmations that you needed as a child, or that, you know, you would want your higher self, your guardian, to say to you or have said to you, okay? Give yourself that love now. And then we have at the bottom of the deck, about that life. Be about that life. Don't talk about it, be about it. You gotta say yes to you, right? Self-care. Say yes to you. And if that means saying no to others, and so be it. You know, for the meanwhile, I always listen to this lady named Lisa Nichols. She's like super, super cool. She's like a really great motivational speaker, and she's had a really tough life compared to a lot of people. And she says that her grandma used to always say, the more you say no, the more your yes means. The more weight your yes holds, right? So the more you say no, the more weight your yes holds. And I'm paraphrasing, but that means, I know as women, we're taught to do this a lot, is to people please and to accommodate, even when we don't want to, even when we don't feel like it, even when it's not in our best interest, right? And the more we exercise our no, that's what she says, the more weight our yes holds, you know? So just think about that, pile number threes. So I will be pulling from this Crazy Dreamer affirmation deck. It's called the Open Your Heart Chakra Opening affirmation deck. It has 33 cards. I made it for a friend. I just was like pulling these cards yesterday. I was like, these are pretty good messages. I should continue to use them in the reading sometimes, because I feel like if I can get value out of them, maybe someone else can too. So you all tell me in the comments, like, what can we do to tweak these? They're like a prototype. I made them for a friend, but I like them. But I feel like they could use some tweaking. And if you all are interested in these, just let me know in the comments below. I used to use them in the beginning of the channel, and I kind of stopped. But yeah, let's pull one affirmation that will help you to create a more magical life. Pile number 3s to end your reading. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages for our pile number 3s. Last message, last affirmation that will help create a more magical life for our pile number 3, Spirit. Okay, so we have card number 29. It says, I am soul. It says, I am a limitless being having a human experience. Through this experience, I am able to grow abundantly so that one day I'll live among the stars and offer others guidance and protection when it's their turn to embody the human experience. I am soul. So it's card number 29. So 2, 9, and 2, that's 11. That's a master number. And I feel like sometimes we forget that we are a soul. We are having a human experience, right? We are soulful and we are not our bodies. We are so much more than what meets the eye. So when we know that, we're more able to take care of our vessel because it's something that holds our soul, and we're more able to take care of ourselves because we know we're not these things. So what is it? You know what I'm saying? We're not these things. We don't have to pedestalize them or put our bodies or our external on a pedestal. We can treat it like it's a part of us, right? It doesn't have to be above or beneath our own liking or things of that nature. We are souls who have come into this vessel in order to maneuver and experience life, right? And within knowing that, I feel like it offers us solace that, hey, we're not alone. All of us are souls and all of us are connected to the whole, which is interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have card number 11, I am whole. It says, I make sure that every day and in every way, I remember that I am the full package that comes completely assembled. I know what I am and whose I am, and I allow that origin story to fill my cup up until it runneth over, leaving me with more to give and share with humanity. I am whole. So you are already whole and complete in and of yourself, and you being a soul incarnating in this particular vessel that you're in right now, that should be enough, you know. And love yourself, accept yourself, and let love and inspiration continue to guide you, pile number 3s, okay? And with that being said, my dreamy dreamers, I love you so much. Pile number 3s, if you like this reading, if it resonated with you, please give this reading a big thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. Again, my dreamy dreamers, I love you so much, and I'll see you in our next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 4s, welcome back to your reading. So you all chose card number 22, Safe Travel. This card has been coming up a lot in like regular readings or personal readings and in the general reading. So I think this is interesting. So again, you chose card number 22, Safe Travel. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. So I feel like even when you feel like you, in order to have a magical life or to create more of a magical life for yourself, I feel like whenever you roam too far from your center, you always tend to circle back home to yourself, right? You always seem to circle back to the center of your being that creates that calm, tranquil, harmonious lifestyle for you, right? I'm also getting maybe loved ones could be traveling right now. Maybe you could be traveling right now and you just want to send your loved ones good tidings and safety, safe energy, and loving, caring, kind energy, right? So that could also be the case. I do definitely want to read out the guidebook, pile number 4s. Pile number 4s for you all. So let's see. Card number 22. All right, so we have safe travel. It says the excitement that accompanies a journey can often be tinged with nerves. Will we see our loved ones again? Will they or we make it safely through their adventures? It says, if you choose a spell, you know that fear is impractical, even harmful. By choosing to work this spell, you've learned a lesson already to move through fear into magical, positive action. Congratulations on your caring and courageous nature. I love this. Yeah. So it says safe travel spell. And again, I had to like give a side note or a disclaimer. We all have everything we need within us. And we know that with the magician, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. So if you all want to do this ritual, you definitely can, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. Even just saying this, keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home, I feel like that could be enough. But I do want to read this to you just for the people who might want to do the rituals, okay? So it says, safe travel spell. You can cast a spell for yourself or for a loved one who is traveling. You will need a map of where you are going, a silver ribbon, a blue pouch, some earth from your home area, a seashell, especially if traveling on or over water, some salt. It says a silver coin and a crystal, smoky quartz, labradorite, or obsidian would be best. Go to your sacred space and take a few moments to center yourself. Interesting. It says take 3 long, deep breaths in and out. And once you feel quite present and grounded, visualize a circle of blue light forming all about you. Then as you continue to breathe, see yourself breathing in sparkling and beautiful blue air and breathing it out too. Pin your silver ribbon on your map from the starting point of the travels. These spells be a lot. It's yeah. Anyways, it says silver ribbon on your map from the starting point of your travels all along the route you will be traveling from departure to arrival and back again. Place the earth, seashell, salt, coin, and crystal on your pouch. Either take this with you or give it to the one you love who will be traveling. Say out loud 3 times, Ellen, Ellen of the ways, guide my adventure this day. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. And by the power of 3 times 3, as I do will, so mote it be. Put your map up somewhere you can see it, perhaps even on your altar. Breathe in and out 3 times and see the ring of blue light all about you. Shimmer, then be reabsorbed into the universe. Blessed be. So again, you all don't have to do the ritual. I don't think it's necessary. You can all just continue to say this for your loved one or for yourself if you're traveling. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. I think that's like awesome. Like it's just, it has a ring to it, you know? So again, pile number 4 is I feel like every time you roam too far, whether that's literally or metaphorically speaking, you're always brought home. You're always brought to the center, and that's what's going to create more magic in your life. Also, traveling could create more magic in your life too, right? Adventures, right? Finding inspiration and passion through travel and through, doing so safely and having a great time, but always coming back to your home place or that place that you consider home, whether that be a person, an actual place, or a thing, or you name it, right? So I digress. Let's move forward with your reading. Pile number 4, we have at the bottom of the deck the Ace of Wands. So what I'm getting is that you all feel this inspiration. It could be to venture outside of your comfort zone with something, right? To explore the unexplored, to do what you've never done before, right? But do so safely in being able to come back to yourself. I'm also thinking about astral projection, astral traveling, right? Because sometimes we get a little nervous, like, should we astral project? What if we don't come back in our bodies or things of that nature? But I feel like you will be, like, even if you want to try to experience astral projection, and please do your own research. I am no way... To be honest, I've only ever tried to astral project one time, and I felt like I was like a rocket ship about to take off, and I stopped it because it was a little bit too intense for me. But it's something that I think about often that I would want to try again, just with knowing what I know now. But it was so intense, the feeling of like taking off, I stopped it. It was a lot. So. And that was the intentionality of where I was trying to guide my astral projections, where we've all experienced in a dream. We visited someone visited us. That to me is also another form of astral projection, but it's kind of like it's unconscious astral projection. Whereas when we try to astral project ourselves, we're making a conscious effort. So please do your own research. I know there's a lot of information about it on YouTube and, I'm sure books and stuff like that. So but I'm feeling that you are feeling inspired to travel, to roam, to have fun, and to live your life, you know? And I think that is, in and of itself, is extremely magical, pile number 4. So let's list off your cards. We have the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Swords with futility, the Three of Pentacles with works, the Magician. We have the Seven of Wands with valor. We have the Ten of Pentacles with wealth. We have the Strength card, Six of Swords with science, Ace of Swords, and we have the Three of Cups with abundance. Okay, so in the center of your reading with Three of Pentacles and science, I feel like you and the three, excuse me. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles with works and the Six of Swords with science. Excuse me, pile number 4s. So with this Six of Swords here, I'm getting safe travels. Like I'm getting like moving into calmer seas of your mind, right? Being brought back to the center of your mind, even if your mind can tends to roam, right? Being brought back to the center of your existence, having clarity, right? With the Ace of Swords here. And what I'm also getting is it's working. Whatever you're learning, whatever you're digesting, whatever you are kind of like hypothesizing right now with this science card, it's working, and it's working behind the scenes. And I have a feeling maybe even sometimes you don't even realize it's working. You're just doing what you can, right? And you're allowing God, spirit, source, energy, your higher self, angels, ancestors, and guides, whatever, to continue to co-create with you, right? But it's almost like you have your nose to, you have your head down and you're just working, right? You're very, very focused on what it is you're doing, pile number 4s, and that's amazing, okay? And I feel like you have a lot of faith in what you're doing. And although maybe at times you might find yourself maybe even questioning, like, is this ever going to happen? Is my manifestation ever going to come? Am I ever going to get to travel to my dream destination? Am I ever going to find the love of my life? Yes, 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 you will. And just continue to do what you're doing, because it's going to come into fruition, okay? So in the beginning of your reading, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Ten of Pentacles with wealth, and I love that. I feel like you have an overflow of emotional abundance, emotional knowledge, and wealth to give to other people, and I feel like you're in this lifetime, pile number 4s, you're not meant to go at it alone. You're meant to create something to really stand the test of time and to create either a lineage, and it doesn't necessarily have to be through children or through a conventional family, but you'll have that option, right? And I feel like you have a lot of love to give. You have a lot of love to pour into yourself and others, right? And I feel like how you'll create more magic in your life is through that recognition, is through knowing that you have this internal reservoir of wealth, and it is only a matter of time before it is exuded into your personal reality, if it isn't already, okay? This could be something about family trees, family lineage that has been within you all along, right? And you are just the manifestation of it in this lifetime, or you are making the manifestation of it in this lifetime more prevalent than it was ever before, okay? So with the Seven of Swords, futility, and the Strength card, I feel like you have triumphed over adversity time and time again. You have triumphed over your thoughts, maybe thinking things just didn't matter at a point, or just even feeling just super sad or down or like hampered by your thought, just feeling like listless, you know? I feel like your inner strength is coming back to you, and you are, you know, you might feel like a lone wolf right now, but I feel like you're doing what you need to do to pour into you and to strengthen and to tame those lower nature tendencies that we all tend to fall in if we become unconscious of our thoughts and we just let our thoughts roam without reeling them back in, right? That's what I'm getting here. And I feel like how you're going to create a more magical life is through understanding your own strength and the reservoir of your strength that you can always go back into time and time again, that resilientness within you, okay? It's your birthright. It's something you were born with. It's something that was handed down from you through your ancestry. Like, you were born with this resilience. So never Never negate that, pile number threes. And I feel like that's going to allow you to create more of a magical existence, is standing on the shoulder of giants, right? Going back to your ancestors, even if that's just by you asking them for their help or their assistance, right? Or knowing that they're in your heart, knowing that they're within you, they're beside you at every point on the mission, and realizing that and taking them with you wherever you go. It's so interesting. I saved this meme and it was like, you better walk in that room like God sent you. You know, walk in the room like God sent you there. Like your higher self sent you there. Like your angels, ancestors have sent you there. You walk in that room with your head held high and your shoulders pushed back, and you know the capacity that you bring with you, right? The strength, the determination, the resilience, the people who came before you. You walk in that room like God sent you, right? So with the Magician and the Ace of Swords, I feel like you are understanding, you're gaining back that clarity of mind, and you're triumphing over your mind. Pile number four is amazing work, amazing job. I'm so happy for you. And you understand that you create your own reality. You create your destiny through your thoughts, as above, so below, as within, so without. With the Magician and the Ace of Swords, you're becoming more clear in your purpose and more aligned, okay? Sometimes we get out of alignment, that's okay, but we always know intrinsically with practice and diligence how to get back into that center, how to align ourselves, what we need, okay? And by giving ourselves that grace and knowing sometimes, hey, we falter, that's okay. You're giving yourself the space and the grace that you need right now to know that this too shall pass, and I am already victorious in this. I've already won the battle, okay? And you did so through conscious creation, right? Through creating this for yourself. So with the Seven of Wands, with Valor and Three of Cups, abundance, you're fighting for your abundance right now. You're fighting for your abundance right now. You are not letting up, pile number fours. And I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so serious. Like, it's emanating through my veins. It's coursing through my veins. The pride that I feel for you right now for being diligent, right? Like, this person is so cool. Like, they're just like, come at me, okay? You're like fighting for your right to be abundant now, your abundance now, your celebration now. You're fighting for the person who you want to be when those manifestations come into fruition, so you don't bring your old self into your new environment, right? I love this, pile number fours. It's the grit for me, right? It's the grit. It's the determination. It's the like, I'll be damned for me, you know? That's what we need sometimes in life. We can't let up on ourselves. You know, I always say, I don't have the luxury to be, for a negative thought, you know? Yes, they come, but I have to continue to remind my subconscious mind that I don't have the luxury for a negative thought. That's luxury. I don't have that right now, and nor do I want it. Okay, so sometimes we have to say the things to ourselves. We have to really like tell ourselves off in a respectfully, in a very compassionate way, but be firm with ourselves is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. We need to be firm but fair, okay? Just how we will with others. We don't have to be our own worst enemies, but we can be firm with ourselves. That's okay. Sometimes we need it. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Tell us more. How will pile number fours create a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number fours create a more magical life? Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number fours create a more magical life, Spirit? Wow, come on, cards. How will our pile number fours create a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number fours create a more magical life? clear, concise, accurate messages. How will our pile number 4s create a more magical life? Oh, I love this. We have card number 7, choose wisely. Choosing wisely your thoughts, which you say yes to, the company you keep, all of that. Pile number 3s, where you go, how far you let your mind roam, just choosing wisely, making good decisions, which I feel like you all have, and you all continue to do. Not every decision is the perfect one, but I feel like, you know, you're always making the best decision for you. Tell me more, Spirit. Clear, concise, accurate messages. How will pile number 4s create a more magical life? How will our pile number 4s create a more magical life, Spirit? Ooh, okay. Okay, so we have card number 2, sacral chakra. Okay, so it's reinvigorating your passion, reinvigorating what you're passionate about, and doing what you love, doing what you're passionate about, moving your body, moving your hips, dancing, getting that sacral chakra back into alignment. This could be something to do with sensuality. You might want to check out, what was that, pile number 2, I think? Yeah, I think it was like pile number 2. But your creativity, let your creativity roam free, and always bring it back home, right? And let your creativity be an outlet for what it is that you want to learn, or what it is you want to teach people, and things of that nature, okay? So we have card number 20, truth, which is like the judgment card here. And then we have card number 4, firm foundation. I feel like you're choosing wisely what you want your truth to be and what your truth is by building this firm foundation. I feel like you've already built a foundation that you are able to go back to time and time and time again. Stability, you know, tranquility. You know, you've scaled a mountain. You had the strength and the endurance that it took to get over certain obstacles, and that made you firm. What did I say? You could be firm with yourself, firm but fair, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. And you've built that firm foundation, and it's made you resilient. It's given you a stronger back so you can carry what needs to be carried throughout your journey, right? And that's the truth. And I feel like the truth is that you are weighing yourself and making sure that your heart is light as much as it can be, by choosing the right decisions and by choosing you every single time, right? Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck. Tell us more, Spirit. Advice, guidance, and wisdom. What can our pile number 4s do to create a more magical life, Spirit? Clear, concise, accurate messages for our pile number 4s. What can our pile number 4s do to create, thank you, a more magical life, Spirit? What can our pile number 4s do to create a more magical life? Thank you. Let loose. Yes. Have fun, pile number 2s. I feel like you guys could be so focused. I was just about to say that, or rigid. I was about to say so focused on the task at hand that you don't give yourself permission to let loose. And maybe you are becoming this, you have became this new person to the fact maybe you don't even know what enlivens you anymore. But now is your job to get to finding that out, right? Get to creating that, what makes you feel good, what makes you let loose, what makes you have fun now, okay? Spirit team, what were we saying about the angels, ancestors, and guides? They're here with you. Ask for their help. Ask for their guidance. Ask for their assistance. We live on this 3-dimensional plane of existence, so we have to ask because we have free will. Our angels can only intervene, you know. Look at what just came up. Sacral chakra. Sheesh, twice. Let loose. You got to start dancing, start moving your lower excrements, your body. You got to start moving. Let loose. Be free. Free yourself, okay? You could roam and still come back home, okay? You might need to do a sacral chakra meditation just to, like, you know, allow yourself to be free. And look at this. Look at what's at the bottom of this deck. This is beautiful. We have the sacral chakra, we have the universe, and we have card number 1, prosperity begins. I feel like as soon as you start to have fun with life and focus on what it is that you need to do, but have fun in life, your spiritual team has your back. You're going to be okay. But as soon as you start to have fun in life, that's when everything is going to start opening up for you, literally and figuratively, okay? So we're going to end off the reading with one affirmation to conclude your reading, pile number 4. This is my affirmation deck. It's the Crazy Dreamer Heart Chakra opening affirmation deck. It has 33 cards. I made this for a friend who had a skincare line and who wanted like some type of affirmation in like the boxes that she was selling. And I was like, you know what, let me just make a whole deck. And I was using it yesterday and I was like, wow, this really helped me. So I wanted to start reintegrating it back into the readings. Please leave a comment below about what you guys think of this, or what you all think of this, or how we can make this deck better. I want to do it together. So yeah, just let me know. But okay, so let's pull one last affirmation to conclude your reading, pile number 4s. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for cleansing and blessing this deck, for giving pile number 4s divine guidance, wisdom, and insight. Last words of affirmation to help pile number 4s create a magical life. We have card number 15. I am enough. Okay, you are enough, pile number 4s. It's card number 15, 1 and 5. That's 6. Okay, you could be thinking a lot about material or comparing yourself to others, right? It says the connection with my higher self and source is all that I could ever want and ever need. And in realizing that, I know nothing outside of me will do it. I am enough. So knowing that you are enough, nothing outside of you will do, because everyone is you pushed out, right? So when we look for external validation, yeah, it might feel good for in a moment or momentarily, but we have to seek that salvation, and not only the salvation, but the self-affirming things within us, because that's what's firm. That's the foundation that we go back to, is ourselves. When we lean on other people for their validation, it's fleeting. People will love you today and hate you tomorrow. That's, I know that's not the embodiment of actual love, pure love, but that's what society has deemed love. You know what I'm saying? It's not unconditional, right? They only say only unconditional love is Jesus's love, God's love, or that's what Jesus teaches. Excuse me. It's not just Jesus's love, but that's the unconditional love that God gives to us, right? Because humans, we place conditions on a lot of things. We don't do it on purpose. It's our egos. We're afraid, right? So knowing you are enough and always coming back to yourself, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have card number 10, I am divine. My whole entire spirit is one with source, and my state of divinity is my birthright. I am divine. Yeah. You are enough because you are divine. You have intrinsic value that can never be lost nor destroyed. It's given to you at the time of birth, pile number 4. So with that being said, my lovely dreaming dreamers, I love you so much, pile number 4. If you like this reading, if it resonated with you, please hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe. Share this content with loved ones, family, friends, or anyone else who would best benefit from the messages provided here today. Again, my dreaming dreamers, I love you so much, and I'll see you in our next reading. Bye.